Lucy and I am going to be your teacher in September. I cannot wait to meet you all. I am so excited. Now some of you might recognise me because at the moment I'm the reception teacher, and sometimes I'll see some of you while you're eating your lunch and I often say hello, and I've even been in to teach you sometimes, so you might remember that. Do you remember Elmer the elephant? Yes, oh good, because that's what we did when I was in there. We read that wonderful story and then we made a big Elmer the elephant to go on the wall. But if you don't know me, that's totally fine. Hello, it's lovely to meet you. I'm sorry that we can't meet in person, but we will very soon in September when you come into school. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what it's going to be like so that you know and you can feel very ready and safe for your first few days at school.
I like reception class because my teachers are called Lucy, Shirley, Cam.
Hi, I'm Cam and I'll be in your class. Welcome. So I'll be helping Lucy. I'm a teaching assistant. So that means I help your teacher, Lucy, Miss Coates, with the activities happening. I'm there to support you as well. So if it's that you need me for anything, maybe sometimes you need someone to help you with toileting, washing your hands, or if you need help with scissors, cutting, or drawing, or writing, anything, I am there to assist you. And assist is just another word for helping. So I am your helper. And also I'll be your friend, and we'll have great fun playing in the playground and doing the great activities that your teacher has in store. And I can't wait to meet you.
I read stories.
Hello my lovely new reception class children and parents. My name's Shirley. I'm going to be in reception in September to help you to learn to read and write and do lots of fun activities. We're going to have a great time together. See you soon.
I just thought I would let you know a little bit about what it's going to be like in reception when you get here.
What is your favourite lesson in reception?
Maths.
Maths. Why do you love maths?
Because it's fun, maths. I like playing with my friends.
When you arrive in the morning, someone will come and drop you off, and then you can say hello, and you can hang your things onto your peg, and then you come and sit down on the carpet. Now the carpet has lots of brightly coloured shapes on it. Now, you will have your own space on the carpet, so you can find your space, find your shape, and then you sit down in your space. And then
we learn a lot, like space and astrophysicists and life cycles and the Aurora Borealis.
we do the register, which means that I'll say good morning, and then I'll say your name, and then you say good morning back, and then I know who's here and who's not here. And then we sing songs and we do our best listening using our ears, and we wake up our brains a bit, and then we get busy, and that means you can choose what you're going to play.
What do you do to keep your teachers happy?
Be good.
How do you be good?
Tidy up. I like doing writing.
So you can play inside, where there's lots of maths games and lots of literacy games and lots of art to do. Or you can go outside, where there are scooters and lots of fun things to play outside. And then also there's under the shelter. So if it's raining, we can still go outside a bit and play under the shelter, where there's a fire station and a fire engine to play with.
And I like phonics.
Oh, we have a snack as well. So we'll have some fruit all together. And then it's probably lunchtime. And so we all have our lunch all together. And it's delicious, a really, really yummy lunch.
Is it true that you are taught one of your teachers is a bear?
chocolate button.
Oh.
And what does chocolate button teach you?
Phonics.
Wow.
Then we go outside and have more playtime, and then we come back inside and we do some maths on the carpet. We often count to 100 and do some dancing and some exercise. And then we get busy again and do lots of playing, and you can choose a different place to be in the afternoon. You don't have to be in the same place all the time. You can move to different places as you like.
Did you ever go on any adventures with chocolate button?
Yay!
What did you do with her?
Tonight.
You were the knight.
Yay.
And then
Everyone.
everyone was a knight.
And then it's my favourite time of the day, because at 3 o'clock we all sit down somewhere special and we choose a book to read all together. And we calm down and we listen to the story and we share the story, and we often have a chat about the story. And then some children might come to the front and tell us about what they've been playing that day.
I like to read. I like to read at school, and I really like it. Read time and outside time.
Is there anything that makes Lucy super mad when it happens?
Never.
And then we maybe sing another song and we get our coats and bags off our pegs, and then it's home time, and your parents will come and pick you up, or whoever comes to pick you up will come to pick you up. You go home and you can tell them all about all the wonderful things you've been doing at school that day.
I like playing in the tree house. And that's what I like about reception class.
But don't worry, because all of the toys and all of your friends will all be there the next day in the reception classroom, ready for you to play with once again. And so will Shirley and Cam and me, Lucy. I can't wait.
Is it true that you have to stay indoors and you're never allowed out of your classroom?
I'm allowed to go outside.
Really? When?
Playtime.
Oh, and what do you do then?
Why did you think that I'd be locked in the class if we had a playground?
I forgot about the playground.
Sometimes we play all together as a class, and that's called Mantle of the Expert. And that is when Shirley and Cam and me, we are involved in your game, and we're playing with you and we're writing a story together. And we go on some amazing adventures all together.
I'm a kind boy.
You're a kind boy. Okay.
Mr. John, I'm Ruby, and I'm a knight, and I'm here to make a deal with you, so I can free chocolate button.
It's another day, children come and play with chocolate button.
Chocolate button.
The sun is out today, I'll say hello today to chocolate button. Chocolate button.
2, 3. Now, there's someone else I would like you to meet. This person is a very special part of our class, and she's called Chocolate Button. Can you say that? Chocolate Button. That's it. Here she is. This is Chocolate Button. Say hello, Chocolate Button. Hello. See, she's a bit shy on camera, I'm afraid. But Chocolate Button has actually got a game for you today, because we have a tour. Rachel, who some of you know from nursery, has made a tour of the reception classroom so you can see what it's like, because some of you may never have even been in there before, which is totally fine. But we thought you might like to see what it looks like. Now, Chocolate Button has set you a game to play which is called I Spy. Does anyone know how to play I Spy already? You do? Oh, fantastic. Okay, so these are the things that Chocolate Button would like you to try and spot. First of all, there's a dinosaur toy. See if you can spot a dinosaur toy on the tour. And then there are some paints. See if you can spot some paints. Some building blocks. And some wellies on the wall. Hang on a second. Chocolate Button, do you really mean wellies on the wall? You do? Wellies on the wall? Oh my goodness, well, see if you can spot some Wellington boots hanging on the wall. I'm not sure about that one. And then a carpet covered in colourful shapes. And you can have a look and see which one might be your shape when you come to reception. And then there are some hula hoops, see if you can spot those. And then see if you can spot the garden and the gate to go into the garden. Okay, those are the things you're going to spot. So that's a dinosaur toy, some building blocks, some paints, some wellies hanging on the wall, a carpet covered in beautiful shapes, and some hula hoop rings and the garden. See if you can spot all of those things while you're looking at the tour.
Welcome to reception. This is our outdoor space.
That's it from me, but thank you so much for watching. I am so excited to meet you all very, very soon in September. If you have any questions or worries or anything you're feeling a bit like you're not sure, then please talk to a grown-up and see if they can help you out. And your parents and your grown-ups can always contact me and I will try to help them out as well. Okay? Fantastic. Say goodbye, chocolate button. Bye. Goodbye. See you soon.
And I can't wait to meet you.
See you soon.
Hello, as you've hopefully gathered, my name is Lucy and I'm going to be your child's teacher next year. Normally, of course, I'd have met you by now. Your child would have been able to come in and see around the reception classroom and just generally get a grip with what's going on and who I am and who Shirley is and who Cam is and where the toilets are and all these different things. So I do beg your pardon that they haven't been able to do that this year, but I'm sure they'll be absolutely fine when they do come in, and we'll make sure that we take extra special care of them to make sure that they make a really fantastic start to their life in school.
Hi, I'm just shooting this video just to give a bit of my opinion and my review on the reception at Reay's school, primary school. You can probably hear my kids in the background. I've got a son who is currently just about to leave the reception class with Lucy and Shirley and Cam. And I must say, from my opinion, they are absolutely amazing women. They've been working really, really hard with my son. They're very caring. They're very understanding, and that's what really drew me to those, to Lucy and to Shirley and the rest of the team.
Hi, I'm Lily, Ezra's mum. He's in reception this year. Lucy asked me to make a video about reception. I just wanted to say that you guys are so lucky. We were so lucky. We had no idea how good it was going to be.
Hello, I'm Daisy, mother to twins who are in reception this year at Reay. Just to tell you a little bit about how their year has been and what my feelings about the school are, which is that it's incredible, and you're so lucky to be going there. Your children will be really happy, I'm sure.
I just wanted to run through a few things with you. I've written it all down in a letter as well, so if you'd rather read it, please do turn off now. Film work is not my not my skill, I think it's safe to say. So yes, please do just read it in the letter if you'd rather. And then there are some parents who's very kindly given their comments and thoughts on their child's time in reception to come afterwards as well, so you can kind of see what they think and as well. Okay, so the first thing is that EYFS or reception is a play-based curriculum, and it's based around different areas. There's a kind of maths, English, science, PE, physical development, and personal social education, and kind of the arts, so learning about music and drama and art and creating things and being creative. And then there's another thing called characteristics of learning, where we kind of keep an eye on how they're doing and how confident they are and how much they like trying new things and what they're interested in and those kind of things.
I actually wish I knew more about it, but every time I ask Ezra what he does, he always just says, I can't remember. And then I find out much further down the line that they've done something incredible. Like, one day he came home with a picture of him with an owl, like a live owl on his arm. I was like, when did this happen, Ezra? Why didn't you tell me about this? And he was like, oh, I didn't remember. I was like, how can you forget a live owl?
And the whole curriculum is geared around what they're interested in. So I've been having a chat to Nicola and Caroline Rachel to find out what the nursery children are currently excited about, and I found out that they are about dinosaurs at the moment. So next term's topic is going to be dinosaurs, and then we'll see where we go with it using this method called Mantle of the Expert, where the children, I will put them in a difficult situation that they then have to try and work their way out of. It's quite difficult to explain, but the idea is that instead of me being the teacher and I have all the answers and they have to try and ask me and come to me all the time for the answers, the idea is actually they're much better at things than I am. I've got no idea what we should be doing. Oh, I'm not the expert, you're the expert, you let us know what are your ideas, what do you think we should do? Let's try your idea and then let's try yours afterwards and see which one works better. So that they kind of get ownership over their own learning, and also I can then see and assess where they are and help them with the things that they're maybe struggling with.
I really appreciate the fact that there's an emphasis on kindness and inclusivity. So they learned a song, they came back singing it with great joy. We are special in our own ways. And I really love that, and you can really sense it in the energy in the school, that it's not just about filling them with things that will mean they pass their SATs, but instead it's like, how can we create young people who are content and happy and imaginative and creative and caring.
They do something called Mantle of the Expert, where they go on these kind of chapter-long adventures, and throughout there are these problems that the kids then solve, and the kids direct how the adventure goes. It's such an amazing experience.
Last year, for example, we ended up having to rescue a prince that had been stolen by a dragon, and we went through the land of the swamps, which I thought was a wonderful idea. So I set up a big assault course for them to do, and as they were going through, I could kind of assess and see how they were doing, see which children needed help still climbing, which children needed to help kind of jump off things, or who needed to learn how to land properly, and all these different things. So I gain a lot out of doing it, so it seems like it's just playing, but actually I'm learning loads about them, and then I'm able to teach them and help them to develop and grow in all the different areas that we want them to grow in, so that they are ready for year one.
They did this incredible project on Save Our Planet. They made up this song, they did a video, they learned all about bears, and again it was about, they were learning all this stuff, but it was in this way where it was the learning seems to be centered around the child, so the children have incredible pride in what they do, and it's imaginative and it's creative, and I'm so happy that they're learning in that way.
The teachers are amazing. They trick them into learning, I think.
In terms of uniform, then they're going to start in September having to wear a uniform. I know some of them will have done already, but many of them won't have, and that's totally fine. You can see what our uniform policy is on our website. If you just look on, I think it's under Parents just have a look on there and you'll see uniforms. And you can buy most of the uniform from a company called Whereabouts online at the moment. Please, 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 can you name all of their uniform? I know it sounds silly, but things come in and they get lost, they get taken off. So please do put their names on things so that everyone gets the right jumper to go home with. It's really, really, really useful for us, but also totally useful for you, so that if you do end up trawling through the lost property box, you will find what you're looking for. We also have found that sewing the name in, if at all possible, really helps. Even if you just sew on the initials of your child on the label or on the collar, that can really, really help, because sometimes biro pen and even Sharpies and things like that do tend to rub off with a few washes. So please, that naming your child's clothes is the most important thing.
He went into reception not being able to count to 20, certainly not being able to count to 20 backwards. He's now doing so much more. He's reading books. He's reading pages of books by himself. He can do addition. He can do twos, times tables. He loves writing. He loves drawing.
Speaking of clothes, we really recommend that you put a spare set of underwear and clothes in a bag that can just hang on their peg all year round. Hopefully they won't need it, but accidents do happen in reception. It's totally normal, and partly because the toilets are a long way away from us, so they have to be able to think, I need the toilet, and then think, please can I go and ask to go to the toilet, and then they have to say it, and then they have to get to the toilet, and so by the time they get there, often accidents have happened by that time. So it's nothing to worry about, but it is often really worth just popping a spare pair of pants and a spare pair of a spare vest and trousers or something in there, just in case they need them.
I think this is largely because the teachers just seem to really, really care about the kids. That seems to be the priority. They learn loads. They have learnt an extraordinary amount. They can read. They know all these facts. But it seems to be, it's not just about filling them with information. It's about helping them grow in all sorts of ways.
One thing I really love to do at the beginning of reception each year is to put up photographs of all the children's families. We have a family wall, which hopefully you can see behind me, I'm not sure, and we put them all up in frames on the wall, and then the children, when they line up for lunch, often talk about them and say, oh look, that's my mummy, or that's my sister, she's much bigger than that now, and she said her first word yesterday, or whatever it is. And it's a really, really nice talking point for the children, and they feel really proud and really reassured by the fact that you're with us, you're there, you're looking over us, and you're just with us all day anyway. So that can be a really big comfort for children, especially at the beginning of reception, where it can be a bit confusing, doing full days and not saying mummy or daddy for ages and ages. So that's well worth doing, and I would love it if you could email me those photos. My email address will be on the video or on the letter somewhere, so you can find it, and then I'll print them out and stick them up so that your child can find them on their first day of school.
They work at the child's pace. That we've actually created a bit of a community by having like WhatsApp groups and things like that, so we can keep each other updated with what's going on, especially with the non-uniform days or bringing in a costume. Being a working mum, I sometimes forget that, so it was really handy having the group in place.
Then we've got homework and clubs. I'm afraid I can't tell you exactly what's going to happen with them in September, but I do know that everyone is working very, very hard to try to make things as normal as possible as of September, but obviously due to the COVID-19 issues and we're waiting for guidance from the Department for Education on a lot of these things. So at the moment we're having to say no clubs, and homework would mainly be based online, I would imagine, to begin with, and even things like reading books we would normally be sending home and obviously bringing back each day, but I'm not sure about how that's going to work in September as of yet, but I will of course let you know as soon as I do know in September, so hopefully I'll have a bit more information for you on that soon.
The outdoor learning specialist, Connie, is incredible and really thoughtful and really creative in how she in all the things that she thinks up for them to do, and they really love that element of it as well. The teachers in the class, they love them all. Lucy this, Lucy that, Lucy says this. But the three teachers in the class have a really different energy, which I think is really wonderful, because they seem to offer something very different to the children.
And then the other difference, I think the main difference between nursery and reception is the attendance. There's an education welfare officer who suddenly starts paying huge amounts of attention as to how much your child is coming to school. So we basically say, if your child is well, please send them to school. The education welfare officer feels that your child should be in school 97% of the time, which basically means they just come to school every single day, and then very occasionally they're off sick. I tend to find that that's sometimes possible in reception, but not always. Obviously, if your child is poorly, then they need to stay off, and obviously with all the COVID-19 issues on top of that, I'm not sure if that percentage is going to be the same next year, or even if there will be one. But that's just so you know that that's what that was at the beginning of September last year. Okay, so please do bring your child to school, and then make sure that they're in the line 5 minutes before their start time. Again, I'm not sure about what their start time will be just yet because of all the COVID-19 issues, but as soon as I know, I will let you know, and we should be able to get going and get started.
Teachers are so kind, so patient. They're incredible. I'm actually really gutted that they're not teaching year 1 next year, and that we've lost such a big chunk of the year to COVID with them. So I'm really jealous of you guys. What else?
The final thing I just wanted to say was, please talk to us. I'm Lucy, as I'm sure you've sick to death of hearing by now, but Shirley and Cam are also available to talk to you whenever you like. If you've got any questions, please email me, or catch Shirley or Cam in the playground or on the door, depending on what the rules are next year, and just ask us any questions or any worries or anything you need to tell us. They are there to help you as well as me. So please do just talk to us however you can, and we will try to help you as much as we can. That's it. So thank you so much for watching this video. I am so sorry about my presentation skills. I find it much easier, I promise, talking to children than I do to grown-ups, so please don't judge my teaching on my ability to do this. It is very strange. So thank you very much for watching, and I can't wait to meet you all and learn all of your names as well, and just find out all about you and your children in September.
And yeah, it's wonderful, and you can contact, especially during this lockdown period as well. It's been really difficult with my son obviously missing school and things like that, so having Lucy and Shirley readily available to speak to my son and to make him feel that he's not missing anything and everyone's kind of going through the same thing is brilliant, and I really appreciate that. And yeah, we're going to miss them. I was hoping that we can kind of bring Lucy and Shirley along to year 1, but obviously we can't do that. But yeah, it's a great school and a great class and great teachers. Thank you.
But the main thing is that they really care about the children, and you can really tell, and it means that you feel okay and in fact grateful and happy to give up your children for 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, because you know that they're going to be looked after, and you know that their needs are going to be met, and as well as them learning all this stuff. And I think that that's what makes the school so special, and hopefully we'll see you in September.
I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, so get ready for an amazing year.